Next, part 3. The Lupe Fiasco triple entendre section. Read between the lines, ancient wisdom, Proverbs. I got a million of these. I'm going to break out 20 today. And in honor of monkeypox and RIP to the cows mysteriously dying from the heat, I have an animal-themed version today. The elephant in the room. The cat is out of the bag. But monkey see, monkey do. Birds of a feather flock together. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. A zebra can't change its stripes. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Curiosity killed the cat. Killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Bait and switch. Hook, line, and sinker. A wolf in sheep's clothing. Hiding in plain sight. Appearances can be deceiving. So don't count your chickens before they hatch. Don't put the cart before the horse. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So get your ducks in a row. The early bird catches the worm. And remember, a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. Reminds me of cash and credit cards. Part 4. 10 random movie quotes. Some related to the topics today, some just related to the world at large. It was an abortion. An abortion, Michael, just like our marriage is an abortion, something that's unholy and evil. Kay Adams, The Godfather Part 2, 1974. You a communist, huh? How'd you like it, man? They tell you all the time what to do, what to think, what to feel. You want to be like a sheep, like all those other people? You own nothing, you got nothing? Do you want your father on every corner looking after you? Watching everything you do? Watching everything you say, man? Tony Montana, Scarface, 1983. The only thing in this world that gives orders is balls. Tony Montana, ever the philosopher and realist. You know what you have to do. Do it. Duke, Rocky IV, 1985. You can't handle the truth. Colonel Jessup, Jack Nicholson, A Few Good Men, 1992. The saddest thing in life is wasted talent. Calogero from A Bronx Tale, 1993. You're killing me, Smalls. Ham Porter from The Sandlot, 1993. I am skilled in the art of war and military tactics. The dear departed Philip from Braveheart, 1995. The time for honoring yourself will soon be at an end. Maximus Decimus Meridius, Gladiator, 2000. Some men just want to watch the world burn. Alfred, The Dark Knight, 2008. Next, part 5. 10 rap quotes. Because I'm in a particularly aggressive, ornery, fight-worthy mood tonight, I got 10 Canibus quotes. He's been on top of what's going on for a lot longer than most of us. Let's listen to him. Number 1. What happens when the money system crashes and there's no more value in the cash? 2009. The population of the planet cries out for more. They are ignored and repeatedly provoked to war, martial law. What you think they was hoping for? All you got to do is walk through that open door. Modern man is but a primitive hologram. Transhumans, revolutions with pots and pans. The God gene is the dominant strand. The politics don't matter, the left, right, or the communist plans. 2014. When liars tell the truth, nobody believes them. Then along comes somebody they can trust that deceives them. 2014. This whole wide world is one huge prison yard. Some of us are inmates, the rest are guards. We gotta break out. A huge disguise pulled over our eyes. We're awake but blind. 2018. During this age of iron and widespread gun violence, the puppet master strings are now wireless. 2018. Because y'all act like y'all are so much better than cavemen, but all that knowledge just brought you enslavement. Sentient awareness removed, dumbed down. 2018. You let that stimulus bribe by your mind. No matter how much you get, you can't buy back time. 2021. Life is all for naught. If you cannot offer your own thoughts, you will be sold without ever being bought. 2021. Goliath dropped science from the shoulders of giants. 2021. And lastly, my personal favorite. He said these histamine sneezes, respiratory wheezes, false Jesus wearing Yeezy sneakers, they're some crazy old geezers. They decide the genocide, the when and the why, like Biggie's first album, just get ready to die. The haves decide, the have-nots gotta go along for the ride. This is for those that have ears and eyes, the wise. Maybe play that back a couple times. Think about what he's talking about right there. Jay-Z comes to mind. How you feel about that, Jay-Z? Part 6, 10 quotes from famous members of society that relate to what we're talking about right now. Free thinkers will always seem crazy to those who can't see beyond conventions. Never apologize for evolving beyond people's comfort zone. Any government is evil if it carries within it the tendency to deteriorate into tyranny. The danger of such deterioration is more acute in a country in which the government has authority not only over the armed forces, but also over every channel of education and information. Those last two, Albert Einstein. These next three, George Carlin. Sooner or later, the people in this country are going to realize the government does not give a fuck about them. The government doesn't care about you or your children or your rights or your welfare or your safety. It simply doesn't give a fuck about you. It's interested in its own power. That's the only thing keeping it and expanding it wherever possible. It's a big club and you ain't in it. And the last, Carlin, I often warn people, somewhere along the way, someone's going to tell you there's no I in team. What you should tell them is maybe not. There's an I in independence, individuality, and integrity. Next one's from Booker T. Washington. A lie doesn't become truth, a wrong doesn't become right, and evil doesn't become good just because it's accepted by the majority. Next three are from Malcolm X. Fools try to ignore facts, but wise men must face facts to remain wise. The mental flexibility of the wise man permits him to keep an open mind and enables him to readjust himself whenever it becomes necessary for a change. You're not to be so blind with patriotism that you can't face reality. Wrong is wrong, no matter who does it or says it. You don't have to be a man to fight for freedom. All you have to do is be an intelligent human being. Malcolm X, those last three, very strong. And lastly, you're so vain, you probably think this song is about you. Carly Simon, 50 years back. You know, these quotes, look what Malcolm X was talking about. Wise men's got to face facts to remain wise. Got to have that mental flexibility. Wrong is wrong. Doesn't matter who says it. George Carlin calling out the government. Talking about the big clubs. And Booker T. Washington saying, hey, just because the majority believes things doesn't mean that it's true. Reminds me of what Carlin said I brought this up a couple episodes ago. Hey, never underestimate power of stupid people in large groups. Evil doesn't become good, and a lie doesn't become truth just because the majority is on board. We got to remember that. We got to normalize open-minded thinking on all levels and all topics.